Okay, in this video we're going to look at more linear equations and some of the problems you might encounter, and I encourage you to pause the video after you read the question, and then if you need help, listen to the explanation. Alright, and the first problem here that we have, a club is selling t-shirts and the company is quoted prices for the shirts. So we have X as our number of t-shirts and Y as our total cost. And here, the answer choices, you can see, we have an equation, and they're not in terms of X and Y, but C is equal to our cost, which is our Y variable right here, and S is over in the right side of these equations, and that's our Y, or excuse me, that's our X variable. And let's just plug these in and see if we can match them up in the table. So turn our calculator on and hopefully move it over here, and let's type them in and see if we can find a match. So I'm going to go to Y equals, I'm going to clear out whatever I have, and I'm going to type in 6.75x, and I'm going to go to the table, go down to 10, and in 10 we have 67.5. That certainly doesn't match up with our 75 over here. So let's go ahead and move on to answer choice B. Answer choice B has 7x, 7.00x, so we just put 7x in there. Go to our table, and we're getting closer, but not quite there. That's equal to 70, not 75. So we can eliminate B, and we'll go to answer choice C and type in 2x minus 20, and we'll go to our table and see what we get there. At 10 it has $0. Well, that's certainly not $75, which is what we're looking for. So it has to be answer choice D. So in answer choice D, we're going to type it in exactly like we see it. We have 15. Let me clear that out. We have 15 plus 6s, and that'd be 6x. Okay, the calculator's missed 6x. And we go to our table, and let's see if we can match them up. And just to make sure we didn't make a mistake, we'll go check out 15. It's $105. And go down to 20 just to double check this, and it's 135. So we found the right answer. It's answer choice D. Okay. Let's go look at answer 6. And here, if we just look at this equation, we might not need to use the calculator, but we're going to double check it just to make sure. Here we have a couple of distinct points here. First of all, we have y equals mx plus b, and b is the y-intercept point, and that's where it crosses the y-axis. So this is our y-axis, of course, and it looks like it crosses it right here at y equals 3. And we look at our answer choices here, and we have answer choice B, which has a plus 3 in there, right here. And answer choice D, it has a 3, but it's not a positive 3, it's a subtract 3, so it's probably not going to be that one. Well, since we are taking a test, let's just go ahead and double check it by putting in answer choice B in the calculator, and then see if we can match up our equation to the graph. Don't. So here we are, and we're going to put in the equation y equals 1/2 x. Let me clear out this and do our alpha y equals for our numerator denominator, and we have 1/2 x plus our 3. And instead of looking at the table, let's go do a zoom 6. Zoom number 6. And it looks like it crosses it at 3. But we still can't be for certain on this one. So let's look at one more point on it. I'm pretty sure this is the right answer, but let's double check it, okay? So if we look at our graph here, see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. And it looks like that right here at negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like negative 6. We have a 0 there, right? So let's go back and let's look at our table, and let's go to negative 6, and you can see that hopefully it's 0. And there it is, it's at 0 at negative 6. So we did find the right answer. It's answer choice B. Now, of course, if you're not convinced, you could go ahead and put the other equations in and find those two pretty crossing points. Okay, let's take a look at the very last one here on this page. Actually, we have a few more. Question 5 shows us formula 1/4 L, and they tell you that it's a linear function where D is the distance in miles and L is the number of laps. And we have two tables for the answer choices, H and J, and then we have some word statements for that could be possible answer choices. So let's go ahead and put this equation in, and we'll see if we can get the right answer here. Maybe it's just as easy as matching it up on the table. So our D is our Y, and we'll do our alpha Y equals to give us our fraction bar, and we have 1/4, and L is going to be our X, and let's go match up our table. So we go to second table, and we go to 0, we have a 0. That's a match for the first answer choice. But 2 matches up with a half, which is a possible answer choice. But if we go down to 4, it's equal to 1, not 1/4 like this table in H is showing. So we're going to eliminate that one. So let's go down and double check the last answer choice, J. Okay. So 4 is equal to 1. Let's go to 1. 1 is equal to 1/4. Well, this table is showing 1 is equal to 4, so that's not it. And you go down a little bit further in the table, and 4 is equal to 1, not 16, what we need. So we're going to go up and look at the other answer choices. Alright, we have to actually read these and see. F says for every 4 laps on the track, an athlete runs 1 mile. So if we run 4 laps, in this answer choice we have 4 laps, that would equal 1 mile. If you run 8 laps, that should equal 2 miles. And if you run 8 plus 4 is 12, it should equal 3 miles. So let's go back to our table, and at 4 it's equal to 1, at 8 it's equal to 2, and at 12 it's equal to 3. So that looks like the right answer choice, F. Okay, here we are at number 7. Let's look at number 7. Number 7 has 4 equations, F through J. Each one of them is different, and we're looking for the data set. So if you wanted to make a little table, you could. You have X's and Y's, and I'm just going to pull these off the list here. We have 2, 4. So we have an X value and a Y value. We have 6, 6. We have an X and a Y. We have 12, 9, an X and a Y. So we just list those out in the table form like this. Might be helpful. 6 is matched up with 6, and 12 is matched up with 9. So let's put these in and see if we can get these. Now you may just be able to look at it and without using the calculator and figure it out, but I'm going to double check my answer here. So 2x, go right to the table, and I'm looking for 2, 4. At 2 it's equal to 4, that's a match. But at 6 it doesn't equal 9, does it? Or excuse me, it doesn't equal 6, it equals 12. So answer F is incorrect. So let's go to the next one. It's x divided by 2. So alpha y equals numerator denominator, and we have x divided by 2. Just putting it exactly like I see it, like it was given to me in the problem. And let's go to our table. And at 2 it's equal to 1, not 4, so we can eliminate that one. Okay, let's go to answer choice H. Clear this one out. We have 2x minus 9. Go to our table. Looking for, second in the graph button. At 2 it's negative 5, certainly not 4. So it looks like it has to be the last answer choice, but let's go ahead and double check it just so we're confident that we have the right answer. And we're going to go alpha again, y equals, put our numerator denominator in, type in our x over 2, or divided by 2, and then we're going to get out of the fraction bar by using the arrow key right here, and we're going to do plus 3. Check out our table once again, and at 2 it's matched up with 4, at 6 it's matched up with 6, and let's check out 12. 12 is matched up with 9 right here, right? So we certainly have found the correct answer. Okay, let's look at the last one here. Question number 8. We'll do that in green. We haven't used green yet. Which of the following is not a correct description of the graph negative 2x minus 7? So there's y equals. So we have our slope m x plus b. So the slope is the number right in front of x, which is a negative 2, and our y-intercept is the last number without an x, and it is a negative 7 because it's minus 7 right here. So let's see if we can, that helps us in the problem. The graph of the function contains the point negative 2, negative 3, and when the value of x increases by 1 unit, the value of y decreases by 2. Okay, so let's go put this equation into the calculator, and we'll see if we can just verify it, which answer is not correct. Remember, we're looking for which one's not correct. So negative 2x subtract 7. Second and table, and we're going to go to negative 2, and it is negative 3. That part checks out. And when the value of x increases by 1 unit, so when I increase by 1, I go from negative 3 to negative 5 right here. See that? That's an increase of 2. No, that's a decrease by 2, right? You go down to the next one, it's getting smaller by 2, going to negative 7, negative 9, negative 11. So that one is true. Okay, let's go look at B. They want us to see if negative 1 is equal to negative 5. Answer choice B we're looking at now. Negative 1 is negative 5. 2 is at negative 11. There's negative 11 for 2, and 4 is equal to negative 15. So answer choice B is also correct. Alright. Part C, or letter C, says the graph of the function is a line that passes through the point 0, negative 7. Okay, let's go up to 0 for x, and it looks like it hits negative 7 with a slope of negative 2. That's also true, right? Because the m is the number right in front of x, which we identified as a negative 2. So C is correct. D has to be incorrect. 0, negative 7 is true on D. 1 is negative 9, which is true. And 3 is negative 1. Well, 3 doesn't equal -1. It equals -13. So that is the incorrect answer. So be careful anytime you're working a test and it says which one is not true or not correct. So we said this one was true, B was true, C was true, and this one was false, right? So it's going to be this answer choice D. Okay, hopefully these are starting to make a little more sense to you. And just take your time, use the calculator when necessary, and use your test taking strategy.